Hello, everybody. Welcome to some more Tales from Reddit, a series where I read stories out to you from Reddit. Today we are reading from Tales from Call Centers. Let's get on with this. The first story was posted by Mopnolflo. MOPNGLOFLO. Title of this chapter is There is a Point When You Gotta Let Them Go. It's a small story, so let's go over. Let's do this. Caller was drunk as a bicycle and very hard to understand. He sounded like he had a clothespin holding his tongue. He was trying to sign up, but his card was not going through. I had to reach higher support to try to help him. The entire time he's yelling, "This is bullshit," but persistently patting me ensures his miserable attitude card had a general decline, and he said I will use another card. I asked if he had another card, and he said no. So he completes this account sign up and goes to sign in, and it said wrong password. I sent a reset link 3 times, and he changed it 3 times. This dude was a belligerent asshole, but I still wanted to help him somehow, so I offered to change his password against policy. I just wanted to be done with the call, so I asked, please check your email. I need to get a verification code from his email. He said, I can't understand a word you are saying. This is bullshit. I said it was a bad connection. I'll call you back. Oof, wow. Just from a short story like that, geez, we're really striking strong here. Anyways, on to the next story. This one was posted by Emerald-Avenger. Title of this chapter is When Your Complaint Didn't Go away the Way You Thought It'd Go. It's a medium story, so strap in. Upset lady calls in and says that she had made a change to her flights because the airline had made some changes, and she was forced to pay steep $1,500 per ticket in fare difference. Understandably, she says her sister has the exact same itinerary and made the same flight change and didn't have to pay a thing. And she claimed my colleague pressured her to accept the fare difference, so she was expecting us to refund her the difference. Upset lady. It's not fair. My sister didn't pay a thing, and your colleague made it sound like I had to say yes. No. Me. That's certainly concerning. Let me look at the recording and the notes. Upset lady. And here's my sister flying over. You can see it yourself that she did the exact same thing, and I shouldn't have to pay if she didn't. So initially, it looked like the colleague working on Upset Lady's flight changed and had made the mistake and failed to get a waiver to change the flights for free. However, it was discovered she rescheduled her flight to depart 3 days earlier, which is not allowed per airline involuntary schedule change rules. If the airline makes a change to your schedule that doesn't work for you, you can only rebook to another flight for free the same day or 1 day before/after the original departure date. If the schedule change from the airline is significant, change of 3 hours or more depending on the airline, then they can cancel for a full refund. So I call the airline, and the airline advises that my colleague was correct. She would have to pay a fare difference because she didn't change her flight to return 3 days earlier. Airline. She did not do a refund. She would have to pay fare difference. Me. She says her sister got the exact same thing done for free. Here's the record locator. Airline pulls up the record locator, and oh boy, my other colleague that helped Upset Lady's sister had seriously messed up. She had gone ahead and changed the flights for free with a generic waiver and had failed to reach out to the airline first to get approval before making the change. So our agency will now be required to pay the fare differences to the airline. Me to UL. I spoke to the airline. They said you were correctly changed the fare difference. There was no error here. But what about my sister? I told you it was free for her. I won't accept this. Me. So here's the thing. Airline says your sister should have to also pay the fare difference as well. I don't know what occurred on your sister's call to us, but we may be reaching out to her regardless of her flights now. UL realization dawned on her that her sister may now be forking over $1500 too because of her. Oh my god. Me. The colleague that assisted you assisted you process the flight change correctly. I am sorry, but that's been confirmed by the airline directly. UL in panic mode. Isn't there anybody I could speak to who could advocate for us, like a higher up or CEO? I'm a especially shiny client. I'm sure you can do something for us. Me. I have done all that I can. I've spoken to the airline and the supervisor. There was no error here on your record. UL. I will figure out something. I'll figure something out and call back. So more of the story. You did it for them, why not me argument can royally backfire. I would hate to be your sister right now. Ooh, juicy. Yeah, so I don't have a story relating to that, but I can imagine how the conversation between the upset lady and her sister would be. Upset lady. So, turns out you might have to pay $1,500 because I wanted to get free, but it turns out I was the one who had the correct stuff. You weren't, and now they're making you pay money because they messed up. Upset sister lady. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know. I don't know the sister. Maybe the sister will be okay and be like, oh, well, that's upsetting, but okay. Or it might be a huge brat just like the sister. Just like the upset lady. Anyways, on to the next story. This story is by user Holding Nuggets. The chapter of the story is You Hung Up on Me on Purpose. It's a medium-sized story, so let's get into this. Another crazy one. So I got a lady early today, so right after I say hello to her, she instantly starts yelling at me that I'm being too loud and that all the recording prompts are too loud. I apologize and ask her how I can help her right after I get disconnected from the call. It was my fault. The system I used is dual screen, a laptop, then a desktop. The mouse clicker closed the hang up button, which was also close to my pause recording button, and I bumped my laptop, making the click disconnect. Me, I tried to call her back, but no answer. So I forget about it and go on about my day. Well, lo and behold, hours later, I get her again. She instantly sets in on, how dare I hang up on her. I try to explain it was an accident, and I immediately call her back, but no answer. Well, she demands my supervisor's name, and I give it to her. I can't directly transfer her to get supervisor's attention, but we have to go through an escalation for process. There is no way they can immediately speak to. I tell her that I'm more than happy to assist her with what she needs. She refuses, says she's been calling a day trying to get me out of our 40 agents to let me know how rude I am and that she will be getting my job. So in turn, I tell her that I'll fill the form out and a supervisor will be in touch with her and have a great night. She calls me a B and says to enjoy my job while I have it because she'll be taking it from me. I can tell her to have a good night. No way in the heck was I hanging out first in fear of her using it against me, so I just sit there hearing her teeter jabbing at me. So I again tell her to have a fantastic night. She calls me a B again and that I have an aptitude and I'm being sparky. I'm using the voice I always do. So she finally hangs up. I let all my supervisors know and fill out the format. Supervisor pulls my call, watches it, listens to it, tells me I did nothing wrong, and that she personally is the one who will deal with the old witch. Other agents tell me on the chat agent that we used that they deal with her and she's bat crap crazy. Been on the warpath looking for me. Ooh. Yikes. That's not a good situation to be in. But so let me get this correct. She called like 40 times trying to get in contact with you. And I'm assuming each and every time she tried to get your coworker to transfer her over to you, and then they said that they can't do that, so then she immediately hangs up. But instead of just, I don't know, being like, okay, well, that sucks. Here, let me call them again. Oh, here's a different person. Okay. Fill out this form, then ask, hey, mind transferring me over to this person? Like, it's just ridiculous sometimes. Anyways, that's all for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day, night, evening, afternoon. Bye.